Just a bit of an intro to this one. This was recorded recently for an Islington radio show where Ryan picked some of his favourite songs of the 2000s to play, and I used the opportunity to ask him about songwriting and the like to try and fill a few gaps from our previous chat, which was almost 5 years ago now, which is a bit mental. The radio show won't be out till towards the end of January, but I'll be posting the full 90-minute plus interview on Patreon on Christmas Day, so kind of a Cribsmas treat, if you will. But yeah, head to the link in bio if you fancy a bit of an alternative to the King's Speech, and yeah, here's the clip. But yeah, like some of those riffs from back in the day, how would they come about, say like another number or something like that?
Um, John, it's hard to say because there was never a time where uh, we ever felt like we were like, oh, we've got to go write some songs, or like, I wouldn't go, I wouldn't like bring something like that in. I wouldn't, like say like the riff for another number. That's not something that I would sit around and write on the couch. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't work without the rest of the band. It would sound really kind of. It just wouldn't sound like anything if it was just like just the guitar riff. I wouldn't write that at home. So all the, especially in the early days when we all before we all moved to like different parts of the world, all the songs were written together in the same room, and it was just like we would finish work on a night, and we would spend the evening at our rehearsal room, and it was all just jamming. You know what I mean? It all just came out of just jamming. It was like it was never like there wasn't really much. Uh, there wasn't really much form to what we were doing. It wasn't like, oh, we need to write some songs. So what have you got? Let's try this, let's try that. We just kind of we just start playing together. That was it, and just see what came out. And it says something like another number, like maybe that riff came out like 10 minutes into a jam, and we're like, oh, that bit was cool, and then you'd stop and then just play around that, and like kind of like bash it out that way. So it was never, yeah, like it's hard to say how those like there's the songs that we've done like more recently where it's either me or Gary will come in with like an idea or a demo or whatever. But in those early days, it was all just it all just came out of us just playing together in the same room and just seeing what happened. It wasn't regimented at all. So it's like it's really, I'm not just trying to be like vague, but it's like really hard to say how it came about. I mean, when it comes to like the way that I play guitar, which is more kind of like riff based and melodic and stuff. I mean, I don't even really know where that comes from. I think it's just that that's just the it's just the way that I like guitars to be. I like them to be melodic. I like to me the riff is the most important part of any song. That's always been the way that I've seen it. So yeah, it's all spontaneous anyway.
Okay. So like if you say like what came first, the riff or the song, there's no real answer to that.
No, because um because no, yeah, the reason because it was they all came about at the same time. It all came out together, and then we would just like I said, be jamming for a while, and something like that would come out, and then you would like stop and be like, oh, like let's work on that, and then you would just hammer it out. But it all came into the riff came into existence at the same time as the drum beat, which came into existence at the same time as Gary's melodies and lyrics and stuff.